we exist in this earth. They said the black man exists in this earth 1.5 billion years ago. And if we were living 1.5 billion years ago, how a nation that only exists 5,000 years ago came and took us down to where we are for the four corners of the earth? I keep asking this question, you know. Yeah, we know how it happened. We see and we know how it happened, of course. But the question is, how do we come to this? You know what I'm saying? To the bottom where we are today. And I'm telling people that the sun goes down, the moon comes up. The moon goes down, the sun comes up. Nothing is new. It just repeats itself. And today, I see a lot of my brothers are going back to saying that, and sisters, that they're God, they're goddess. And they don't believe in God. All you have to do is believe in yourself. Which is, believe in yourself is cool. When it come on to dealing with, you know, your life and things that you think you can do and you want to achieve, goals that you want to achieve, you know what I'm saying? It's good to believe in yourself. But I'm just saying, like, if we didn't have no rain for like about 4 months and the crops start drying up, the animals are dying and the children are starving, if we bond together and believe in ourselves, will that make the rain fall? Because people want to say they're so in tune with the universe as if their thought can control the actions of the universe. The universe has been set in motion before we were created. And we just have to learn to live with the motions and the functions, the changings of the times and the season of this planet. But there's nothing that we don't do. This planet don't need us. We need this planet. This planet can exist without us human beings. And that's a mistake that human beings are making today. Saying that they're in tune with the universe and they're God and they're goddesses, as if the universe really needs them to function. No. Check the scripture. Check even the Pan-African teachings, and where them tell you that man had been here 1.5 billion years. Everybody know the planet came first, and then the creation of the planet came afterwards. So this clearly tells you that the planet can function without us. That's the mistake that people start making now. When you start thinking that you're more than who you are. You know? Like you are the sun or the moon that help to sustain life on this planet. The sun and the moon and the stars and these things, they are servants to us. That means we need their service. Without their service, we don't exist. And the thing is, if everything has a beginning, the sun was created, the moon was created, as some would say it evolved. And it was pure darkness in the heavens before the sun, the moon, and the earth. And who created the sun, the moon, and the earth? Did it evolve from out of empty space? And as we live to learn today, we know that there are other planets out there with other life forms. Now that the whole world is knowing that outside of our galaxy, going upwards, there's more life forms out there. So did they evolve too? These are just questions that I ask people sometimes. Because people want to say that the Bible is not real. It's written by man. But I'm saying there's no other book on the earth that can tell you of how this whole earth started in details and give you a family lineage of all the nations in details, like the Bible has done. Now when we look at how many Christians or so-called people who follow the Hebrew teaching of ancient days, how many of these people were killed trying to live by the laws of the same book that your saved man wrote? For instance, the Maccabees, that is taken out of the Bible, which the Rastafari them had in Jamaica a long time ago. Ask any foundation Jamaican, they can tell you about the persecution of the Rastafari. With that book called the Maccabees, when the government was persecuting the Rastafari for the book of Maccabees. Why? If this book was written to deceive the whole world by the white man, why would they persecute the Rastafarians them? And persecute the people in Israel at the time of Maccabees? Because people want to make it seem like none of the history inside of the Bible is not real. When the Bible is actually telling you a lot about the nations and the wars from that time until today. But people want to act like this book is not real. And to hold the curse has gone so deep now on people. You will even show somebody a history from the Bible and them tell you they don't deal with religion. You know? How can religion be history? This is how serious and the hatred that people have built up for this book right now. You once talk about the history from the Bible and them tell us, oh, I don't deal with religion. History is history. Laws is laws, commandment is commandments. And even if one check up this Bible and read this Bible, even especially Genesis, and if you want again, you can try back in Exodus. Since that was the time of the Bible show you where the Most High was pouring out his laws and commandments on people. If you read the Bible, you know, you won't see where God give man no religion. You know? There's no religion in the Bible, you know. It's only do's and don'ts, laws, statutes, and commandments. That's it. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not worship idol. Thou shalt not covet, thou shalt not bad mind, grudge people, thou shalt not be a false witness. That's not religion. It's a natural way of life. Just like His Imperial Majesty says, it's just a way of life. You know? So, how you going to just get up now, like I said, to begin with? How you going to say the Bible is written by a man, but yet still you want to show me a book from Egypt that another man wrote? Then you want to show me another book from Ethiopia that another man wrote. But all of them are valid, but the Bible is wrong. So all those people who lost their lives, even Haile Selassie family in Ethiopia has fought wars trying to defend this same teaching that the apostle taught Philip, the Ethiopian. Haile Selassie and his family tried to preserve that. Even the same Queen of Sheba that people talk about from Ethiopia, she went into Israel and she was actually praying to the God of Israel that she told him that she would go back in her land and teach her people. When she had visited Solomon and said the great things that Solomon has done. You know? That's why I tell people today, you have to be very wise because it's a deception, you know. It's a deception, it's a lie. And they'll make it seem like the white man is only behind the Bible. Like the white man is not behind Egyptology. It's all in their movies, it's all in their streets, it's all in their business, in their clothes. The same symbols and signs from Egypt. You ask yourselves now, why is Babylon using the same symbols that the Egyptians were using? All the signs, symbol, the eye, everything that they do. They even go as far as saying Freemasonry start in Egypt and they took it. But I'm saying people just slow down and observe yourself. And like I tell people all the time, if we had those symbols and those signs, and we fell, and now we see these people using our symbols and using our sign, and to the eyes of the world, everyone see that they're not doing righteously. To the earth and the animals and the birds and the bees and the human being, they're not doing righteously. And that's why I tell people sometimes, ask yourself the question, were we doing the same thing that they're doing today with the same symbols of Egypt? Because now when everyone become wise and open them eyes and look at the movies, the TVs, the clothes, all them see is the symbols that were in Egypt. And that's why I say, ask yourself all the time. Because in order for the original man and woman of the planet rule this planet and just lose this planet, something went wrong. Something went wrong. And then when we think about it, the Egyptians have their gods that they used to call upon. They claim that they have one God, but they break the God down into different areas. God of wind, God of fertility, God of agriculture, right? And then we ask the same question. Where was the gods of the Egyptian when the Egyptian people fell? To Antiochus Epiphanes. Not being disrespectful, but this is a question we have to ask ourselves. Because that's what they say now. You know, we didn't read no book, we didn't believe in no Jesus, we didn't believe in no this. We used to have our own African spirituality and we used to do this. But when I look at my people throughout the four corners of the earth, we fall. Now we have to ask ourselves, what happened to the gods? Like we children of the Israel, after the children of the slave, who know who we are today, we will tell you that our forefathers messed up in Jerusalem and fell. We tell you this in a heartbeat. But when I speak to people from these various teachings of the Pan-Africanism, the Egyptologies, the Cometian teaching, they refuse to even say our ancestors mess up and this is why we are today. And that's why it's going to be hard for them to rise back to where they are, because they will never admit or search to even accept that truth, or even look at that truth for a minute and say, you know what, maybe our forefathers was doing something wrong. Because like I said today, when I look into the wilderness and certain parts of the land in Africa, like in certain jungles, and everyone have eyes to see, it's not everyone's culture is righteous with the Creator. You see them doing stuff to themselves and the kids, right? Anybody will look and see and say, you know what they're doing is not righteous, but people will say it's just their culture. So even today we have evidence of our people in the motherland still are doing things which are considered abomination unto the Most High and the power of the God of the heaven, of the universe. So we just look at these things, people want to ignore these things. You know, and not trying to knock anyone, but anyone who lives there can see and tell you it is very divided in the motherland right now between tribes and stuff. It's very divided. It is very divided, and when I look at that, I see that as another reason of the demise of our people. But people don't want to accept this truth. You know, the Bible tells you that the Israelites were black and some of the Canaanites were black. The masters, the Europeans who took over Christianity would say that all black people came from Ham, and we're facing the curse of Ham, because Ham showed his brethren his father when his father was naked, and the Most High cursed his son Canaan. So the churches teach you that all black people are Canaan and we are suffering that curse of Canaan. But no. All the black nations of the earth could not be suffering because Ham, look at his father nakedness. The Bible only says Canaan will be cursed. His son, that's it. So when you speak to people sometime and we try to tell them, so listen, our forefathers went out there, we say, oh, the white man has been telling us that our whole life that we're suffering a curse. But that's not the curse that we're suffering from. The curse that we're suffering from is our disobedience. And unto everyone thinking that they can form their own system and worship their own God and create their own God and have their own laws. Because when you read the Bible and look at the laws that the Most High give, yeah, he got strict on the children of Israel at one point because of their disobedience. When you look at the laws of the land that he gives to people, it's righteous. And if many countries of the earth today would have govern them land, because the Most High even said if someone steals from you or do certain things, you should let them work for you to a certain amount of time to cover their debts, not to murder them and kill them. But every nation took unto themselves. There's not one nation in this earth who govern their government, their land, the constitution of their land by the laws of the Bible. There is not one country in the whole world. Every country have their own law. It's called